A woman found stabbed and burned in a locked apartment. No signs of forced entry. No clear motive. And then a ghost spoke. This is the story of Teresita Basa, a woman who solved her own murder from beyond the grave. It was the winter of 1977 in Chicago. On February 21st, firefighters were called to a burning apartment at 2740 North Pine Grove Avenue. Inside apartment 15B, they found the charred body of a woman. She had been stabbed in the chest, her naked body covered by a burning mattress. Her name was Teresita Basa, a quiet, kind, 47-year-old respiratory therapist, immigrant, music lover, and now the victim of a brutal and confusing murder. What shocked detectives wasn't just the violence of the murder. It was that the door to her apartment had been locked from the inside. No signs of forced entry. Nothing of obvious value missing. And no suspect. The perfect locked room mystery. Investigators had little to go on. There were no fingerprints. No witnesses. No real clues. Except one curious note Teresita had written before her death. But who is yes? Weeks passed. The case was going cold fast. That is, until police received a call they never saw coming to Dr. Jose Chua contacted detectives with a chilling story. His wife, Remibia's Remy Chua, worked with Teresita at Edgewater Hospital, and she had started having episodes, slipping into trance-like states, speaking in a voice that wasn't her own, claiming to be Teresita Basa. "Doctor, I ask for your help. The man who murdered me is Alan Showery." She said Alan was an orderly from the hospital, that he came to fix her TV. Instead, he attacked her, stabbed her, and set her on fire. She said he stole her jewelry, precious pieces given to her by her father, and gave them to his girlfriend. Remy had no knowledge of these details. Or did she? Police were skeptical. But with no other leads, they followed the ghost trail. Alan Showery, they discovered, did in fact work at the hospital. He initially denied ever visiting Teresita, but later admitted he had gone to her apartment to fix her TV. That was enough for detectives to dig deeper. They went to his home and spoke to his girlfriend. And guess what? She was wearing jewelry that matched the exact description Teresita's spirit had given, down to fine details only the owner would know. Under pressure, Alan Showery confessed. He had killed Teresita to rob her. He had set the apartment on fire to cover his tracks. The ghost was telling the truth. In 1979, Alan Showery was charged with murder. Though the paranormal elements were not used in court, they led to the key evidence and confession. Still, the case twisted once more. The first trial ended in a hung jury. Fearing the outcome of a second trial, Showery struck a deal and pled guilty to second-degree murder. He was sentenced to 14 years in prison, but served only a few before being released on parole. The case of Teresita Basa remains one of the strangest in true crime history. A woman, murdered in a locked room. No evidence, no suspects, until she reached out from beyond the grave to name her killer. To this day, no one can explain how Remy knew the intimate details of the crime. Was it a psychic connection? Subconscious memory? Or something otherworldly? Teresita Basa's case reminds us, sometimes the dead don't rest until justice is served. And sometimes they won't stay silent. Well, if you enjoyed this case, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more unsolved and chilling true crime stories. Man Detective, comment below. Do you think Teresita's ghost really helped solve her murder? Or was it just a strange coincidence?